why would they
Yeah.
be crying?
Yeah. That is what.
That's part of the therapy too,
Yeah.
is to let it out that way.
Yeah, in a safe way, no one disturbing, and then you have more chance that you project less in the world. That is our problem in the world. We project our own unfinished business into we project it in the world to a boss, to colleagues,
on other people,
and then the stories go on, and the worker goes on. So for finding peace in our world, I think we have to find peace in ourselves and work through all the emotions.
But try to tell that to the leaders of the countries who
Yeah.
are going to war, you know. They
Yeah.
need to find peace within themselves, really.
Yeah. That's the message.
So it's a massive job.
It's massive job, yes.
To try to get it all out.
Yeah.
But you also do other forms of therapy when you're working with these people too, don't you? You said you do the muscle testing?
Yeah, for diagnosis, to look what is most appropriate, most important at this moment. But then most of the time I use music and hyperventilation. So it's a form of therapy from I learned from Stanislav Grof, of the Czech or American psychiatrist, who calls it the holotropic therapy.
Holotropic,
yeah.
Because I was thinking with hyperventilation you can pass out.
Yes, but it's not bad.
But
what do you mean by pass out?
You would go unconscious, it's like faint, you would.
Yeah, but people tend to faint in the beginning, but that's fear. That's fear. They just I've gone away. I don't want to feel. Feel the emotions.
Okay, I see. Okay.
And when you give them assurance, okay, feel the emotions. Okay, we are with you, and so on. Then they don't pass out. It's just.
I'm thinking just the breathing can do that. I'm just interjecting my own thoughts here.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
But you were taught this is a method that this other psychiatrist uses in America.
Yeah.
He does the
and
same.
I combine it with Gestalt therapy. So I had a lot of trainings in all kinds of different directions, and I made up my own mixture.
That's what I always tell people.
Yes,
make up your own.
Yes, and that's what works. And I am a very practical person, so I like to do what's effective. Mm-hmm. I like success.
Because I always say someone in the beginning had to figure these methods out themselves.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that's the only way to do it, and you must do it step by step the way they were taught.
Oh, no.
Because in my hypnosis classes, some people say I cannot deviate. I have to go step by step of the way I was taught, and they can't think for themselves. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people take all forms of therapy. There's so many different kinds out there. Yeah. Reiki, all kinds of healing. Yeah. And I tell them, even when they take my class, eventually they'll combine it all together. And make their own method.
Yeah, and some day in your life you need this direction and this technique. And some people are more open to that kind of therapy. I mean, what works is okay.
There's no right or wrong. It's whatever works for the person, as long as the client, as the patient is not harmed in any way. You can experiment with some of these different forms of therapy.
Yes.
But explain what the muscle testing is. Some people may not know what that is.
Okay. Our body knows what is true and not true. Our body tends to show in the little muscles what is true. I mean, mostly with the muscle test, you have yes and no questions.
Yes or no.
Yeah,
okay.
You have also many other things So, for example, if I look at you very angry or very sad, very depressed, and I test you with a muscle, then you will become weak.
You put the arm out, don't you?
The
person puts the arm out,
and then you push down, and then when the muscle gets weak, it's something what lowers your energy. So, for example, when you look to a person who is depressed, and I test you, then your muscle will surely go down. and something what reinforces your energy, then your muscles stay strong when I push it.
So these are really answers that are coming from the subconscious mind.
Yes. It's
because most of the time they're not what the person knows consciously.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
I can, when someone comes to me and I test them, I can directly say, what happened when you were 4 years old? Your arm now tells me we have to do something, but that happened when you were 4 years old.
Okay.
And the person doesn't know, but her body knows.
The body will know.
Yes.
And that's one of the things you do. And then you also use hypnosis, you said, don't you, with past life therapy? Or
past life therapy, but also not hypnosis exactly. I test when I test a person, it can be something from the past in this life. It can also be another life
that is
important to look at now.
What I call it, it's a carryover, or it's a residue from something that happened in another life, and it's influencing this life.
Yeah.
And once you find out what it is, then it usually goes away.
Yeah, and then after we test it, and then we go to do the breathing work or the gestalt work and work it out. So I have different techniques. What works
for different people.
Yeah, for different phases in the phases in the work.
So when they come to you for these courses, there's about a week.
Yeah.
They work with each one to go through this.
Normally, I work individually with them in the group, and then in between we do the intensive breathing sessions, and then they work 2 at 2. But I'm always there to supervise.
And that's why you don't want more than 10 anyway, so you can have a very interactive and intense with the person.
Yes, and also can look very precisely what is wrong with that person and what is with the other. I mean,
that way they don't get lost in a big class.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what people have told me when they've gone to classes, 25 people or more, they feel they're overlooked.
Yeah, and you can have something from that, but it's not so precise.
I
like the precision, just what's going on with you when it's wrong, and which way you have to go to develop.
So right now you're still writing.
Yeah.
And incidentally, Reed published 2 of my books in Dutch.
Oh yeah.
The book Between Death and Life that I was speaking about last week, the one What Happens When You Die and Where You Go Afterwards, she is published in Dutch, and also the first volume of the Nostradamus trilogy, Conversations with Nostradamus. She has published that in Dutch.
Yeah.
So I think we have them on our website too. We have the pictures of the different languages that the books are in.
They're also on our website.
They're also on that one. So there's she's really involved in a lot of different things. I was trying to think if there's something else we haven't covered, but there was so much in your life. It's very full. But
this is the most important, the therapy work and the publishing work and the writing.
The writing, you're still writing more books.
Yeah.
And now you're going to focus more on lectures too, aren't you? And you have done lectures.
Yes.
But you're going to be doing more of those too with your new, talk about your therapy.
Maybe, and I try to get my book published in English, and therefore I'm here with Dolores. Also. And,
the problem is translating it into English.
We will fix it. And I try to, I'm in contact with German publishers, so in Germany, and I have a student of mine who lives in Berlin, so to try to spread this work a bit about other countries, or to other countries too, if I get a chance.
Yes, that's part of it. It starts and then it just spreads.
Yeah, we'll see.
But you're over there where you can contact more people in Europe, so you can get it in more languages over there. You know, because you're right there. It's harder for us in America to approach publishers in that part of the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy to. So many books up there in the world.
Oh, I know. There's lots of them. That's part of the problem. And you said you can't get it on Amazon because Amazon is mostly English
or French, yeah.
English
or
French.
The Dutch don't have in Dutch. But there are sites in Holland, that site, where they can get our books.
Okay. Let's see, how many classes a year did you say you held?
10.
About one a month?
One a month, yeah. About in the winter time we take off.
I do the same thing.
We do our hibernation.
I hibernate during the winter also.
Oh, yeah. So, but it's also then too cold, and we have to heat with wood, so that's a lot of work. And just carrying all the wood upstairs. So we like to do it in the summertime. Then we have a nice outside river you could swim in and a wood.
You said there's a river right by the old mill.
Yeah. And we're going to restore the electricity so we can make our own electricity from the river. So we want to live a bit off the grid, like they say. They call it in.
Well, that's the best way if you can get free electricity.
Yeah. So we play around and do all things that we like. So then you have a nice life and you do what you like.
That's always the goal, that you can do what you like. And some people never get to do that. They are, we call, trapped in the rat race.
Yes.
You have to make a living. You have to make money.
Yeah, but it's also an indoctrination. I mean, you can live easy when you want. You can live from not so much money, and then you find your own creativity, and then you can create everything you want. Yeah.
That's the way to do it. You seem to have found the perfect world.
Yes.
And you're helping a lot of people, and that's very important. So we're coming to time to close now. Okay. So if anyone wants to know more about Riet and find out about her website, to type in on Google Riet Okken. It's RIETOKKEN. And it'll bring up her website and all of her work, and you'll be able to download some of these books in English, too. So I think she's doing a very valuable work, and I think it's wonderful that she has come all the way to America, to the hills of Arkansas, of all places. She'll be able to go back and say she's been in America, but it's just been in the little towns here in the hills. But she said she loves nature anyway. So she won't.
And I love you. That's okay for you.
She won't have much to tell people back home about America, except it's very similar to where she lives. All right. Then if anyone wants to contact me, the website is Ozark Mountain Publishing is the name of the company, and that's abbreviated on our website. www.ozarkmt.com. It's abbreviation for mountain. ozarkmt.com. Or for those in Europe, it's ozarkmt.com. Or you can call our 800 number, 1-800-935-0045. 1-800-935-0045 for more information about the books, about my classes in hypnosis, about private sessions. All right, and good night. And next week I'll continue with the stories about life after death.
You have been listening to BBS Radio, a blogandservice.com production and a service to others' endeavor. Thank you very much for tuning in to our radio program. We wish you much peace and joy on your journey.